Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome back, everyone, to weekly show number 15, I believe. So, right now, here are the topics we'll be talking about. We will be talking about some. We're going to talk about some leaders, some NHL, NBA, um, NCAA basketball, and NCAA baseball. I really only got hooked on to college baseball last summer when they would play reruns from like midnight to 2 a.m. I would always watch those games. So, yeah, I have been waiting, and then next week, the MLB preseason starts. And by the way, next Friday, we will not have a weekly show. We will have a weekly show that week, but it will be on the Saturday because next Friday the Musketeers play Sioux Falls. And then the Musketeers will play Fargo on Tuesday night. Sorry I couldn't do the Ronnie's Musketeer show for Tuesday. I was sick. I was not feeling well, and I've been busy with some other things too. So next week, this time we might do it on Monday next week instead of Tuesday. Just saying. So I better get this over quick because the Musketeers game against Omaha is starting tonight. We're going to be talking about a suspension that happened with Sioux Falls in that video last night and tonight's games. That's basically it, really. Then we might talk about the games that happened on the 8th and the 9th, too, and that one, too. I haven't decided about that yet. But I want to do leaders first. Hold on, they're getting pulled up now. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone. So we're going to be taking a look at some leaders around the. Excuse me. Some leaders in the NHL with points: Nikita Kucherov, first with 92, Patrick Kane second with 85, and Connor McDavid third with 82. Uh, Washington goals. Or excuse me, the team leaders in the leaders in goals throughout the entire NHL. Axel Ovechkin first with 39, and Patrick Kane and Jeff Skinner tied with 34. Um, Assists. Nikita Kucherov 66, Blake Wheeler 56, and Mikko Rantanen with 52. Plus minus. Mark Giordano leads with a plus 29. Ryan Newman ties him with 29. And Ron Hainsey has 27. Ah, that pinched me. Alright, goals against average. Now, these goalies have to have played at least 20 games, 20 or more games, to qualify for this list. Robin Leonard, 2.08 goals against average. Can't believe he's played 20 games or more. Thomas Greiss, 2.2 goals against average. Ben Bishop, 2.3 goals against average. Save percentage, they have to have played at least 20 or more games again. That rule applies again here, by the way. Sorry. Thomas Greiss leads with a .938 goals against average. Robin Leonard, .929. Andrei Vasilevsky, .927. Wins, Marc-Andre Fleury with 29. Now, the goaltenders don't have to play 20 or more games. That rule does not apply here this time. And neither for the shutouts either. So Marc-Andre Fleury leads the league with wins in 29. Frederik Andersen and Martin Jones are tied with 27. Marc-Andre Fleury is the leader in shutouts with 6. Andrei Vasilevsky with 5. And Thomas Greiss with 4. Alright, we're going to be taking a look at some NHL scores from yesterday. So we're done with leaders. Let's take a look at some NHL scores. Why won't it let me click to yesterday's scores? No. Sounded like the Batman thing. No. Batman. Now it won't let me count to the 13th. What in the world is going on with NHL.com? Okay, here we are. So Florida beat Calgary in a shootout 3-2. Islanders beat the Blue Jackets 3-0. Red Wings beat the Senators 3-2. Tampa Bay beat Dallas 6-0. Nashville won 3-1 over Montreal. Winnipeg won Avalanche won 4-1. Finally, they beat their they end their 8-game losing streak, which is the longest in the NHL right now. I'm happy for them, actually. The Blackhawks beat the Devils 5-2. Blues beat the Coyotes 4-0. Maple Leafs beat the Golden Knights 6-3. Vancouver beat LA 4-3 in a shootout. The Capitals beat the Sharks 5-1. What were my predictions from yesterday? I made some predictions for this weekly show. Hold on, let me mark these down. Alright, so predictions for this weekly show. I have to actually do it all over again because I lost track of some of the predictions. So we'll do wins, losses, and overtime/shootouts. So I picked Calgary to win over Florida. They lost in a shootout, so I'm 0-1 right now. I predicted the Islanders to beat Columbus, and they did just that. I chose Detroit to win over Ottawa, and I got that correct. I picked Tampa Bay to beat Dallas, and they did, so I'm 3-0-1 right now. I chose Nashville to win over the Canadiens, so I'm 4-0-1 now. This is where we get our first regulation loss. I chose Winnipeg to win over Colorado. I really wanted Colorado to win this game, but I didn't think that they would have the gas against Winnipeg. I chose Chicago to beat Nashville, or New Jersey, actually. I chose St. Louis to win over Arizona, and they did. What? I chose Toronto to win over, I chose Vegas to win over Toronto. That didn't happen, so 6-2-1 now. I chose LA to win over Vancouver. That didn't happen, so I'm 6-2-2. I chose Washington to win over San Jose, and they finally did it. I finally got one right. So I'm 7-2-2. That's pretty darn good. I was gonna say the bad D word, but I can't say that. So. Today's games, right now, the Rangers are playing Buffalo. End of the first, Rangers lead 2-0. I'm still going Buffalo for that game. Right now, the Oilers and the Hurricanes are tied up at 1:17:46 to go in the first. I'm going Carolina to win that one. New Jersey's at Minnesota. I'm choosing Minnesota to win that game. Boston at Anaheim. I'm going to go Boston to win this one. In fact, one of our upcoming videos will be about Anaheim. So, some NBA basketball from yesterday. Sorry, I wanted to start this weekly show before 6:30, so I didn't do my proper research. I took a nap because I was tired until my mom had to wake me up because it was like 5:30 when I woke up. No, I thought I have the radio on over each broadcast of Musketeer away games. I do home games. Well, the radio does all games, but I do home games. So yeah. Um. Oh, and I have to write down. So I actually went 2-1 this week. So total, I'm at 9-3-2 now in my game picks for the weekly show. So that is good for 20 points right now. Yesterday's games, Orlando beat Charlotte 127-189. Right now, Charlotte is 7th in the East, so they're doing pretty darn good. Orlando's in the hunt for a playoff spot. They're one of the top 3 that's earning a playoffs that wants to earn a playoff spot right now. Yesterday, the Knicks beat the Atlanta Hawks 106-91. The the New York Knicks were on an 18-game losing streak going into this game, and they finally won it. Right now, the Phoenix Suns are at I don't know, what was it? They're now on a 15, 16 game losing streak or whatever. This one I thought would be the most obvious one of all. The the Knicks are last overall in the East. Atlanta's in the 4th spot trying to get into a playoffs. Right now, the Pelicans beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 131-122. I literally thought Oklahoma City could beat the New Orleans Pelicans. Right now, they're in 5th place to try to get a playoff spot. See, here's how I did my notes. Here's how I put the standings. Today's games, we're gonna have the World against Team USA, the Rising Stars. This is the 2nd annual one. The World won last year 155-124, which means USA lost 155-124. And then I believe it's either Saturday or Sunday. They have Team LeBron versus Team Giannis or something like that. Yeah, it's on Sunday. And then the next NBA games are on Thursday, so yeah. I have some college baseball scores. There are some final scores, but right after all the college baseball games have been played, we'll do a weekly show part 2. Just baseball, going through all the scores. So yeah. So here are the games that we're going on today. We have Binghamton, I think, at Michigan, Kentucky at Austin Peay, Bucknell at NC State, Xavier. Okay. Excuse me. You have Xavier at North Carolina. We have South Alabama at Clemson, Dayton at Georgia, New Mexico at Oregon State. I have my abbreviation sheet right here. We have Cal State Fullerton at TCU. We have Oregon at Texas Tech. We have Maine at FSU. Eastern Illinois at Arkansas. Presbyterian, I think is how you say it, at Alabama. Liberty at South Carolina. Radford at East Carolina. We have VCU at Coastal Carolina. Appalachian State at Tennessee. We have Wright State at Mississippi. We have Youngstown State at Mississippi State. We have Yukon, I think is what it is. Yeah, Yukon at Louisville. Missouri at North Florida. We have Long Beach State at Florida. Georgia Southern at Auburn. We have Vanderbilt at Virginia. Fordham at Texas A&M. Texas at Louisiana. Holy Cross at Baylor. Louisiana Monroe versus LSU. We have Oklahoma State at this. I'm sorry if I'm going to screw this up. UT Rio Grande Valley Vaqueros baseball. Don't ask me because Ball State at Sanford and then St. John's at UCLA. So that's all the NCAA baseball games. I can only pull up NCAA baseball on my phone, on my ESPN app. I could not find like a website that had all of the games on my phone listed in order on my phone. So yeah, that's why we have to do a part 2 to this. I apologize for that. Yeah. So let's get through that headache and go to some NCAA basketball. So yesterday, Gonzaga beat Loyola Marymount 73-60. Houston beat UConn 71-63. 9th ranked Houston, 3rd ranked Gonzaga. We're in the top 25. Today we have right now the Toledo Rockets lead the Buffalo Bulls 39-34. 41 seconds left to go in the half. Based on record, I would go for the Bulls. They're at a 21-3 record, and the Toledo Rockets have a 20-4 record. For the weekly show, we're gonna do some March Madness and stuff like that. Yeah, weekly show's gonna be Madness in March. So yeah. Who should I go for? I'm going to go for the underdog Toledo to win this game. There isn't really any college baseball or basketball, in the 5 divisions that we use, which is top 25, ACC, SEC, Big 10, and Big 12. Those are the popular ones. So, unfortunately, they just mentioned the Alliance of American Football League. I want to do include scores into our weekly show, but I don't know if the AAF has a website yet full of scores or whatever. I'll look that up right after this weekly show. Big 10 yesterday, Illinois beat Ohio State 63-56. Whoop! I ripped. Okay, I ripped. So, actually, on the top 25 matchups, I actually predicted Houston and Gonzaga to win. So, I'm 11-3-2 now. That is good for 24 points. But I lost that bet. I chose Ohio State to win. I was mistaken, and I do apologize for that. Well, basically it, really. I mean, oh, we gotta do some upcoming videos. Yes, yes, queens. Uh, some videos we're gonna be talking about two recent trades that happened, some Anaheim stuff, and some feedback for what I should do with this channel in advance. Right now, there's some news right now, and we're gonna take a look at some Penguins things that are going on. Excuse me. So there is some things that the Pittsburgh's going through right now. Malkin as a 1 game suspension. I don't believe the Penguins played today, if I remember correctly. No, they don't. And Oli Mata is expected to be on IR. At least, that's what I read. So it may not be true. They may just be. They may just be making it up. Shh! Don't tell them. Anyway, sorry, that was really cringy. I was gonna say something else. What was it? Pasternak is expected to be out 2 weeks with a thumb injury. So that's basically it for this weekly show. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm sorry if it was boring. We've had some not computer problems, but I'm trying to look up some NCAA baseball scores. I can't find a reliable website that will tell me that. So I do apologize for that. And I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Probably in around